It says something about Silicon Valley, perhaps, that Norway's Entrepreneur of the Year lives in Palo Alto. Silje Vallestad is the founder of Bipper, which makes an app to help families track each other's whereabouts. Silje has addressed the World Economic Forum, has been named European Ambassador for Female Entrepreneurship as well, an inspiration to women entrepreneurs, though to get something manufactured in China, she found it easier once to sign her emails Mr. Vallestad. I heard you talking about that. That must have made you slightly angry that Mrs. Vallestad didn't get any answers and Mr. Vallestad did.
Definitely. That was very early days of the company. It was just me. I didn't know anything about tech, and I was getting started. I was trying to produce a cell phone. This was really before the app times, right? And communicating with China as a woman was impossible. But changing that Mrs. to Mr. made the whole difference.
Let me ask you, let me ask you, you are Entrepreneur of the Year in Norway.
Yes.
And then you leave Norway. Shouldn't you have stayed in Norway and helped Norway become the Silicon North or whatnot?
Perhaps. I would love to, but Norway is a great country to start a company. There's amazing support systems for young startups who want to build. Like we have government grants, we have a lot of support systems, and Norway even has an innovation house in Palo Alto called Innovation House, founded by the Norwegian government to take Norwegian companies to the US, to the bigger markets.
The Norwegian government helps you come to, the United States.
Yes. But they want you to go back as well.
I would imagine, yes.
Right. No, Ireland does similar things. I mean, a lot of European companies have a lot more government support. Which wouldn't fly here. So, I was actually, the app itself, which deals with safety, issues of safety, it struck me as one of these ideas which I often feel like men miss certain ideas that could be great business ideas simply because they're thinking differently. And in this instance, I was interested in this app because I thought, oh, I would want to use that. Men are not walking around necessarily thinking as much about safety. So I wonder if you might be able to talk a little about being a woman entrepreneur. Do you sometimes feel, indeed, that you see things that the male entrepreneurs aren't seeing, opportunities, business opportunities?
I guess the whole reason why I started this company was that I didn't find any products that served my needs. And in many ways that answers it, right? I didn't know anything about technology, and I was searching for products first for my kids and for myself. And globally I couldn't find anything. And there are more male entrepreneurs than female entrepreneurs. So I got started in a field that was very open. There weren't like too many safety products for kids or for women out there. And we believe that that's going to be a huge thing. What we do is really making it possible for you to transform your smartphone, the phone you carry it all the time, everywhere, right? And turn that phone into a safety device.
And it says, where are my kids right now? And do my kids need my help right now? Is that
so basically you can choose or not choose to share your locations with your closest network of friends and family members. But in addition to that, you have everyday safety services like if you leave a bar at night and your boyfriend is sitting at home and you're walking home alone, that feels uncomfortable. A lot of women, and men actually as well, will pick up their phone and pretend to be talking with someone or talking with someone. And now you can actually ask your friends, one or many, to walk you home with live GPS tracing. Or you can use it when running and you can pre-program an alarm that basically says that, okay, if I'm not back within 45 minutes, let the alarm trigger. Or when you're walking home, you can trigger that alarm button. It starts video recording, setting off a siren, notifying everyone that you need help, where you are, and what's happening. You
said you don't know much about tech, so let's assume that you did not program this phone to do all these wonderful things. What general advice would you give to other people, men and women, who are saying, I'm a good business person, and I have a great idea, and I don't know the first thing about engineering. What do I do now?
Oh my. Get started. I mean, start drawing up things, how you envision things to be. And I think that was also one of the key advantages, thinking outside of the box, not being an engineer, not being a tech person, was that I saw what I wanted for myself. It's all pretty basic. Like I think everyone these days can, if you sit down with paper, you can draw up the app you want to see, right?
Sure.
You don't need to make it, you can draw it.
You've been in Silicon Valley for a little bit now,
Yeah.
a few months. Describe the difference between being in Norway and being in Silicon Valley, because from my point of view, the people who have the money here they don't want to fly to Norway. They want to get on their fancy bike and they want to cycle over to your office.
You know?
Oh, it's too cold or too wet. Yeah, I love it here, and I think like one thing is the climate is amazing, and the weather is beautiful, but it's the passion. It's the passion of Silicon Valley. Being an entrepreneur in Norway is quite lonely. It's a lonely thing because there are not too many entrepreneurs.
And money-wise, you've got better access to that? Have you got more funding since you've been here?
We have mostly Norwegian vendors, and then we have Jada Pinkett Smith, who joined, our only foreign investor, which is an amazing investor to have on board.
Yeah. So I mean, besides the passion that's here, I mean, are you here because you feel like you need to be here to reach the American market?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your technology is done in Kiev, right?
Yeah.
Now, how Kiev has been a busy place lately. What are you hearing back from them? If my technology is done in Kiev, should I be concerned about this?
No, I don't think so. I just spoke with my iOS developer just before I went on the show now, and they're saying that, I mean, it's normal everyday life. It's a small part of Kiev that has experiencing issues and that has violence. But for most people, I mean, they go to work, they go home. It's everyday life. He's not worried, but I think, I mean, if you speak to different people, they'll have different opinions on it.
I'm curious actually why Kiev? I mean, there are many different places you can go and outsource and build things for a good price and all of that, but why Kiev?
And Silje, you have to answer that one quickly.
Yeah.
Well, we found a great technology team there. So it's our own team, and I think that's important. We don't want to outsource. We want to have our own team and want to work closely with them. So we have our tech management in the US, but we have our developers in Kiev, and our tech management in the US will travel to Kiev and back here.
All right. Well, Silje, thank you very much for being with us this morning. Be Safe is the name of the app as well. Presser will be back in just a moment.